Hey YouTube, this is Dark Knight. I won't release my full name right now because I have a lot of haters on the internet who don't like me, who hate me, really. And just not going to release my full name right now due to all those people on the internet that do crazy things at the extent of I don't know why. And it's pretty pathetic. But later on I will. So right now I'm the Dark Knight. It's my YouTube channel, which will always be the Dark Knight. Anyways, I got accepted into the Army, which is awesome. I love it. Been wanting to be in since I was a kid. You know, I'm pretty happy about that. So I got accepted in the Army. My YouTube channel right now is a video game channel and a music channel. And in the near future, it's going to be a military channel within the next couple months. So let's get into recruitment. I've been in recruitment for the military about a year and like 7 months. And yeah, I've been in recruitment for a really long time. You guys are probably like, holy shit, man, he's been for a year and 7 months. So let's explain that. So I first went in last year in November to recruitment, and then I had to get a bunch of waivers cleared. My mom is a drug addict. She's addicted to cocaine. She's done a lot of bad things to me in the past, which took a lot of time to get. I had to get a bunch of waivers for that, which I'll explain at the end of the lengthy part of why I was in for a year and 6 months, because it wasn't because of that. It wasn't because of that. So, a little bit of that time was because, but anyways, so I had to get like a bunch of waivers cleared because my mom would do anything for me to be a criminal or for me to be on drugs like her. So she would call the cops since I was like 18 and tell them that I'm trying to kill her, which that's like a popular thing nowadays with a lot of people, as I can see. You know, I've had that done with me with other people too, but with her, she's done it so many times to literally try and get me arrested and let me have a criminal record. But she was high off cocaine each time and she wasn't thinking, and there was no evidence on me to say that. You know, I'm a pretty calm person. So anyways, that didn't work out for her, but I had to get a bunch of waivers on that cleared. And I had to get a waiver cleared for I was arrested for smoking weed in 2010. Got a waiver for that cleared. Yeah, so I got a waiver for both of those. And then I went to MEPS. Well, I went to MEPS and I was waiting for my marijuana waiver to clear. But I went to MEPS anyways. I passed MEPS. MEPS is easy. I'm pretty fit. Then, you know, and I took the ASVAB. I got a 55 on the ASVAB. And I was getting ready to go to boot camp. You know, my recruiter was telling me, he's like, you ready to go to boot camp? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, cool. So, you know, he called me about a couple days. I was going to head back to MEPS and pick my MOS, and I was going to start looking through jobs with him. And he texted me, and he's like, oh, man, you were a suspect of burglary like 5 years ago? And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, and he explained to me the case, and, you know, he said exactly what happened. You know, it's going to sound confusing, but it's straight up bullshit. So anyways, like, I found something on the floor, and when I turned it in to the police, one of the police officers tried to say that I stole it from whoever I found it from. And they tried to say that, you know, I broke into this lady's car and I followed her home, and I broke into her car, followed her home, and I broke into her house. And or he even said, like, he was telling me, he was like, shut the fuck up, you robbed her in the parking lot, you mugged her. And I was like, no. You know, he's like shut up. He's like, you broke into her car. This was 5 years ago. Literally, it's actually 6 years ago. This was 6 years ago to this day. So, you know, and the lady didn't even want to press charges. So I didn't get arrested for it, didn't get put in handcuffs, never pressed charges. It's just he wanted me to admit that I stole it when I didn't. I found it in the grass. So I went into recruitment in November, and my recruiter asked me that question at the beginning of May. So that held me back from going into the Army. You can't have any open and inactive cases. You know, and I'm sharing this to let you guys know, if you come from a really bad household like I do, and you want to do like a government job or something, and you might, like, I never thought I would make it this far. into recruitment because of what my mother has done to me in my life. And, you know, my recruiter has, thank God, put 2 and 2 together, and he's a smart guy, and he sees what's the truth in all this. So anyways, me and my recruiter tried calling this police officer because I had to get a clearance letter from him, or I had to get the case closed. Either one would be just as good. So I was trying to call this police officer and my recruiter from the beginning of May, since my recruiter told me that happened, from all the way till about February of this year, 2018. And I went to recruitment in November of 2016. So I've almost been in for a full 2 years. So anyways, my recruiter went down to the police station many times, tried talking to the police officer. I went down to the police station. He wouldn't talk to me or the recruiter. He wouldn't pick up any of our phone calls. The captain of the battalion tried calling this police officer for numerous months also. I can't count how many times all 3 of us called. And my recruiter and the captain called. I can't count how many. My recruiter went down to the police station like 5 times trying to talk to this police officer. He wouldn't want to talk to him. Why? Because it looks really bad on him. He's trying to arrest me for no reason, literally, for a lost and found case. So anyways, and he also severely harassed me that day too. So, which I won't get into detail about that. Anyways, so the captain of the battalion interviewed me in like November, you know, and he questioned me about all my waivers that I had, you know, and he asked me what happened. You know, I told him exactly what happened, and, you know, he asked me, you know, what they ask you about, which I'll probably get into that in a different video. And yeah, I'll get into that in a different video for you guys who have waivers and stuff. So anyways, the commander of the battalion called the police officer, finally answered for the commander of the battalion, of course. And then he called me, the police officer, about like 3 weeks later, talked to me, told me he would help me in any way possible, told me there was no evidence linking me to the case, blah, blah, blah. Of course not. Linking me to burglary, of course not. Like, there never would be. I found it in the grass. And he told me he would help me in any way in getting in the Army. Anyways, he called my recruiter the next day and told him that he won't write me a clearance letter or close the case. So the next thing that happened was, you know, my recruiter told me I can't get in the Army unless I have the case closed or cleared. And the ending date of the time period of the case closes in 2019, next year. So, you know, I was pretty crushed. Like, this is all I've ever wanted since I was a baby, to be in the military. Since I was a kid. My whole family is military on all my sides. So I'll get into that in a different video. Maybe explain it a little bit further in the video. So, you know, and then another high-ranking police officer contacted me about a month and a half ago, which right now we're in June. It's June 10th today. He contacted me about like a month and a half ago and told me that he would close the case and write me a clearance letter. So he turned that in about 3 weeks ago. And my recruiter contacted me 4 days ago, and he goes, yo, are you ready? He didn't say yo, but he goes, hey, are you ready to join the Army? And I go, yeah. And he goes, are you sure or no? What did he say? It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, he was laughing too, because I contact him like every other month for almost like 2 years now. I'm like, what's happening? My waivers, like, because there's a high chance the Army might let me in even with this inactive and open case. They might see there's not enough evidence. They might be like, oh, we don't have enough people in the Army. Call up this guy. You know, he really wants to be in. So anyways, like, he contacted me and he goes, hey, do you still want to be in the Army? And he's like laughing while he says that, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, are you ready to be in the Army? And I go, yeah. And he goes, all right. He goes, good, because you're good, you're cleared. And he goes, you're in the Army. And I was like, what? I go, really? And he goes, yeah. And I told him, and then he goes, next week you're going to pick your job, which is the week coming up right now. He said either next week or the following week. He said right now they're still waiting for one of my waivers to pass through, my marijuana waiver. So, So I'm good to go. Got the case cleared and closed. Can't be in with the inactive and open case, even if you didn't do it. So like if your friend gets in a fight, if anything happens, and your name is written on a police report that's open, can't be in the military. It's fucking crazy, no matter what it is, even if it's a lost and found case. So like I went through anything. So that's cleared and closed. So what's happening now? Well, and about my waivers. So like I said, like my mom is addicted to cocaine. She's tried numerous times she's asked me like 5 times to do cocaine with it this past year. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Don't do any of that, so she's tried to kill me like 5 times. I know it's gonna come to a shock to a lot of people, but to be honest with you, I'm making this YouTube channel for everybody and people who are going through rare instances like me at the house. So I don't want to hear like, oh, that's your mother, you should try and help her or whatever. We're way past that. I tried to help her, she tried to kill me. There's just evil people in the world. I come from a bad neighborhood. You'll realize that in life. That's the way some people are. They're just bad. And so she tried to kill me. She tried to poison me. So I had to get and she tried to have me arrested. She will lie to the cops and tell them that I'm trying to kill her. She's done it numerous times. I had to get waivers for that. Got those cleared, and my marijuana arrest waiver back in like 2000. This arrest was 8 years ago, so I had to get a waiver for that. Anyways, everything's cleared, good to go. My recruiter told me I'm gonna go and pick my MOS. Actually, he said tomorrow I'm gonna go meet with my recruiter and just overlook some jobs, and then either this week after that or next week I'm gonna go pick my job that I was looking at with my recruiter at the MEP station. And I already went to MEPS, already took the ASVAB. I got a 55 on the ASVAB, passed MEPS. Like I said, I'm pretty fit. So yeah, so I already did all that. I didn't get sworn in yet, so I'm gonna go to MEPS, get sworn in, and pick my MOS. The MOS I'm picking is infantry. I'm gonna go infantry. I'm also gonna try and pick airborne in my MOS right away. So that's that. Let's look at these pointer things. So yeah, so that's what's presently going on. I'm gonna go meet with my recruiter tomorrow, and then my recruiter said either sometime this week or definitely next week I'm gonna go pick my MOS. Perfect. Explain that. Infantry. Gonna try and pick airborne. So the military content that I'm gonna upload. So let me talk about this first. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there that I really like, that I love. Just to name a few, there's Nava the Beast, there's Matt Ward, Nick Bear. All these guys I have great respect for. These are all awesome people. We got the Ghost Soldier, we got the Infantry Life. There's a lot of good people out there. Archie, Archizzle. These are all great military YouTubers. Bully Juice is cool. All these people I really like. So I'm gonna tell you how my channel is gonna differ from theirs, and probably the same things that might go on with my channel also. So I'm creating my channel for people who come from a background like me, which I'm not saying they might not come from a background like me, but it's pretty rough. Like, my house is literally like a crack den. Not a crack den, but it's like a coke den. But I'm not gonna upload any video of me doing drills with my friends, or not my friends, with the fellow soldiers in PT. I'm not going to videotape any of that. I'm not going to videotape us in the field training at all, shooting or running or doing anything like that. I won't have video of that. I am going to have videos of the barracks and what barracks life is like wherever I'm stationed. I'm going to have videos of me and my friends in the military, wherever I'm stationed at, with them, and just like their point of views and my point of view. I'm going to you know, I see a lot of their videos, and I see a lot of things that I want answered, that I come from a background like mine, and that I know people like me would really want answered if they want to be in the military as bad as me. Just like little things, you know. So, you know, so the military content then, like, I'm gonna upload is probably, you know, like I said, like barracks life, what life is like on the barracks. I'm gonna upload the workout routines that I do. You know, right now I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I'm still in good shape. I'm running a mile in like 7 minutes and 10 seconds. You don't even know what I've been through this past year or in my life. You know, I'm a very hard worker. I run like a mile every like other day. You know, I constantly am working out. Before something happened, which I can't mention on tape, but it was very bad. My mom did something to my room and me. I was running like 2 miles every day, 2 miles every day in the sun. I like to run outside. I don't run on a treadmill. Run 2 miles every day. I was doing like 20 pull-ups, full extension. You know, and then something happened that was really bad that my mom did to me, because, you know, she doesn't want me to be in the military. She doesn't want me to be successful. When I was in college, she told me I would never graduate college. When I was in military recruitment, she doesn't want me to be in the military. She wants me to be a drug addict and a criminal. So she found out I was in the Army. She flipped out. So, you know, I'm not really telling her. I had to get her birth certificate. She was born in Cuba. That's why she found out. So anyways, you know, I'm going to upload what I do to get to that level of working out, doing like 20 pull-ups, full extension, running 2 miles every day. You know, I'm going to upload how you could get stronger all around, physically, like all around, literally. I'm going to upload my stretches. I'm going to upload me working out in the gym. I'm going to upload me running, not during PT, like I said, but me running on my own time in the military once I graduate, basic and AIT. You know, I like when I was 18 and 17 and 19, all the food in my house was rotten, so I had to buy all my own food. My mom didn't care to buy me food when I was young, so, you know, she would steal money from me, she would take my good food from me, she would do everything bad you can imagine. So, you know, I'm gonna upload what the food is like in the DFAC area where we eat. I'm gonna upload what breakfast is like, what lunch and dinner. I'm gonna upload what the gym is like, what the religious places like, our own barracks. You know, I'll talk about what we do. You know, I'll never get in, like, if I get deployed, I will never talk about what I do on deployment, but I will create videos when I'm out there. You know, briefly maybe talk about what happened, but I would never go into detail of what we're doing, ever. I am gonna buy a GoPro camera for my helmet, but, you know, that'll be a totally different thing. I'm probably gonna keep that for myself. You know, I am gonna upload different military information and what we're doing, and not specifically what we're doing and what we got planned, but like what military events are happening and what different activities we're doing on the base and the barracks, and yeah, and I'll upload just like how life is like, me and my friends in the base, like I said. So, you know, that's about that. And what are my plans in my job? What are my plans for the military? Like, what do I want out of it? It's my last part of the video. It was my second last part of the video. So what I really want to do is, like I stated, I'm going to pick infantry for sure, but what I really want is, I really want to be in the airborne. Really want to be in the airborne squad. It's been my dream for a long time. You know, like I said, I never thought I would get this far into military recruitment, and now I'm accepted. And I was dreaming about being airborne like 8 years ago. You know, I have a 2-year college degree. I have, dear God, I have like 120 something credits due to the fact I had to take a bunch of prerequisite college classes. So, you know, I have a 2-year college degree. I'm not sure of what rank I'm gonna go into the military as, you know, because I don't like thinking like I know the future. But you know, I do want to go in as airborne, of course, regardless of anything. Or I want to pick airborne and try out for the airborne unit. You know, that's my dream. I graduated college because I wanted to graduate college, of course, but I really did it before I went to military recruitment because I knew it would be a long shot for them to accept me without my college degree. It took me 7 years to get. I paid for all my classes. I worked full time, and I dealt with being in a house like this. So, after I make airborne, which I want to make, I want to go to Ranger School, and Ranger School is going to be very tough. Ranger School is going to be very hard. After Ranger School, I want to go to the Airborne Rangers. I want to go to the Ranger Regiment. I want to try out for that, and those are my main goals for the Army. I would make videos there. I would never show what we're doing. I would never show our training. I would never show training period, even if I'm just in infantry. Wouldn't do it. I would make videos on base though with me and my friends, and I'd post it to YouTube, and I'd talk to you guys about like the different training we do, not specifically, but I'll talk to you about what we're doing and just little things like that. So that's what I got planned for the military. What I really, and that's what I want out of the military. Why I want to join is, when I was young, I had friends murdered, had like 2 friends murdered when I was a kid, and in this neighborhood that I'm in right now, there's been a lot of fights, and when I was a kid, and I hate bullies. I hate people picking on people that don't deserve it. I usually bully the bullies. So, when my friends got murdered and they were innocent, I always made a choice that I wanted to be the person to help protect people that can't protect themselves. And I always wanted to join the military. And, as a kid, I would run around in camo and hold a gun. And, my dad is pretty abusive too. He hurt his back. Before he hurt his back, he wasn't that abusive. He's actually a good guy, but when he got hurt, he became very abusive. And he started abusing painkillers. But my dad used to show me all about guns and loading guns and clearing rooms when I was like 4, 5, 6, 7. He would show me how to shoot and how to take. I wouldn't take apart a gun, but he would show me how he takes apart guns and how to load the bullets and how to shoot properly, how to kill someone properly. So like I can't wait for all the military stuff. As I got older, I realized my whole family was military, like I stated earlier in the video. I had like 4 family members fight the Russians and Castro in Cuba. They did some crazy shit. I'll explain that in a different video, and some other things too. I had 3 Italian great-grandpas in World War II. One was a combat medic in the Army, and 2 of the other ones were in the Navy. And on my Cherokee side, I'm half Cuban, I'm like a quarter Italian, and I'm a quarter Native American. And my Native American side, I had 1 family member in the Navy, and everybody was a volunteer in my family. My uncle was in the Army, and my grandpa was in the Coast Guard. But so like, my family is pretty torn apart now due to my mom and my dad being the way they are. So like once I found that out when I was like 12, I really wanted to be in the military even more. Now as an adult, I realize that's all I wanted in life. I don't care about money. I don't care about literally having a girlfriend. I've had enough girlfriends. All I want to do is be in the Army. So, that's one of the main reasons why I want to be in, especially the Army, in the military in general. Get into that different day about the different branches and why I chose the Army. What I really can't wait for is, haven't really had a bed to sleep in the past like two years, and like even 4 years ago I had to do a bunch of different things in the military, I had to do a bunch of different things in my house with my bed and everything. I haven't really had a bed to sleep on. My room has literally been sabotaged like I don't know how many times. Get into that a different day. The shit that goes on in my house is unexplainable. From what I mentioned earlier, you can only imagine, but you can't even imagine it. It's been really bad, so I can't wait to actually be able to sleep in a bed and sleep actually like thinking I'll be safe, in a bed. And I can't wait to be around people that are like my family. One of my brothers isn't really a brother at all, and my other brother is pretty far. No one really has been there for me for the past like 10 years. Everybody has tried to literally destroy me and my family. So except for my friends, you know. But you know, I can't wait to have somebody to my right and my left who's gonna have my back, like my best friend would have my back, or like my brother, or like, you know, my cousins. I love them, but you know, someone that's like my cousin to my right and my left. So I can't wait for that. Can't wait for how the Army takes care of their soldiers and everything. Like, some people might think that's a joke, but coming from where I come from, that's not a fucking joke, man. That's for real. Like, people might complain about the food and this and that. I don't count my macros. I don't, because I bust my ass for everything. I know what I eat. I eat healthy. I'll show you guys like my eating routine. I'll show you what I eat. Show you some stretches that I do. You know, like I said, I was running 2 miles every day. I was running the 2 mile in less than 15 minutes, and I was dealing with this shit in my house. So I can't wait to be in the Army, in the barracks, and do my thing after PT and everything. I'll be uploading those videos of me running and me working out and everything. I'll tell you guys what I do, show you my stretches, show you what I eat to stay healthy and keep me energized. I'll tell you my thought process so you guys can like stay above all your bullshit, whatever you're dealing with in life. If you're dealing with something like me, you know, I created this video. It's a bit lengthy, but I created it just in case if anyone's going through anything like me, you know, you could. And if you want to be, if you want to do something that I'm doing, you know, you probably have to go through some of the same steps that I went through, and I know it's really hard. So that's why I created this. That's why it's a bit lengthy. You know, I don't have the life of a lot of these other military YouTubers, so you know, I can't wait for all the food that they treat you at the DFAC. You know, the breakfast, lunch, dinner. That food looks like gold to me. All that food, every food I've seen on every video, everything I've seen, no matter what, that food looks like Christmas dinner, bro. That looks like the best food you can get on earth. So I can't wait to eat that. Like I said, I don't count macros. I don't know about that stuff. I really will never care about that stuff. You know, I grew up playing sports, swimming. I'll show you some swimming routines. I know there's swimming pools at the bases. I'll show you guys some swimming things you could do to stay loose and train your muscles in different ways. You know, like I said, I can't wait for the brothership, how the Army takes care of people. I can't wait for all the challenges that the Army's gonna give me. I can't wait to PT. You know, like I run every day by myself. Well, like every other day right now by myself in this neighborhood outside. I can't wait to run with a group every day. I can't wait to ruck march. I can't wait to do all that stuff. Like everything the Army has to offer me, I can't wait for. I can't wait to help people. Can't wait to help protect people. Can't wait for all of it. You know, I'm a pretty good fighter. Never lost a fight. You know, I don't want to have to hurt anybody, but I will if I have to. You know, so I can't wait for everything. So, got accepted in the Army. I'll be going to review jobs with my recruiter tomorrow, and this week or next week I'll be going to pick my job for the Army. So wish me luck. All I have to do is get sworn in and pick my job. You know, I should be good. You know, and I'll just say a couple of my videos coming up that I'll post, which, you know, I have in mind right now. These are going to be a lot shorter posts. They're probably going to be like a minute, 2 minutes. It's going to be the longest post I'll probably have in some years. You know, my next post will be that I picked my job and I picked my ship date. And the next post after that will be me walking into my recruitment center, or me getting in my recruiter's car to get shipped out to boot camp, and just saying wish me luck, peace out. And my next video will be in AIT because I won't use my phone in boot camp. So those are my next two videos. Me after I pick my job, hopefully everything goes smoothly, pick my job, pick my ship date. Then the video after that will be me heading to boot camp. And then after that, AIT. So there might be like 1 or 2 videos between that, but this will be the longest video. So congratulations to me. Can't wait. You know, can't wait for all that. You know, so I can't wait for everything. Thank you for watching the video. A bit lengthy. Don't care. You know, this like I said, this channel is for people who are going through stuff like me, and for everybody. You know, if you come from a rough family and a rough background, well, especially a rough family, I know I might come to a shock a lot of the stuff that I say and a lot of stuff that's happened, but to be honest with you, it's not a shock to someone like me because I've dealt with it my whole life. I have no explanation for it. I'm sure they do, but you know, I really don't care. I got to get on with my life. So this is The Dark Knight. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.